Here's a horoscope analysis of Elon Musk, the technocrat as he likes to call himself, and the chief twit of Twitter, which he recently acquired for $44 billion. The first thing we notice in his chart is that he has Gemini rising, just like Nikola Tesla, and Mars in the sign of Aquarius, just like Leonardo da Vinci, which makes him act upon his inventive ideas. Elon Musk has Aquarius and Pisces in his 8th house cusps, so he's supposed to make money from Aquarius and high-tech themes. It makes sense that he has SpaceX, Neuralink, and telecommunication companies. Pisces is analog technology, and he might get involved with film and is already doing humanitarian projects like his under $10,000 solar-powered houses. Elon has a Mars-Jupiter square, which makes him like an Olympic athlete, like a gambler who takes chances, especially with the Aquarius theme. Mars in Aquarius square to Jupiter is coming from his 8th house, so he'll keep doing all the high-tech projects regardless of what people say. He has Mercury in the sign of Cancer, which gives him excellent management skills, just like Donald Trump, except he doesn't have a Mercury-Neptune aspect and can separate truth from fantasy. Mercury in Cancer also gives him excellent memory and retention and a nice wisdom element. He has Moon in Virgo squared to Saturn, which is one of the things we found in Asperger's and autism in our letkidsdream.org, our nonprofit organization website. They don't have much access to their subconscious mind. It also makes them socially isolated and dislike mingling or speaking to people. They don't like to have pictures taken. But the top athletes are often born with a Moon-Saturn aspect. The Moon-Saturn aspect often gives weak eyesight, and they're emotionally tough. They can appear to be cruel, but basically they are emotionally inhibited. Because of their lack of access to their subconscious, they can appear to be cruel, but they are ruthless with themselves as well. Elon Musk used to work 18 hours a day and even slept at his factory. The Moon-Saturn aspect indicates being anemic, so they need more iron. It's also one of the signs of depression, especially in women, and all they need is iron. But in men, it just makes them emotionally more tough. So Mars square Jupiter makes him take chances. It gives a luck element with the travel industry, so it makes sense that he has Tesla Motors. The fact that Tesla Motors are electric is part of the Aquarius in his 8th house, and Mars is also in Aquarius. For SpaceX and his interplanetary travel ambitions are also part of it. He has Virgo and Libra in his 3rd house and is both a perfectionist and quite eloquent. Uranus was in his 3rd house when he was born, which is like an Aquarius theme, but makes him inventive also. Uranus in the 3rd house indicates brilliant ideas, plus he has Mercury square Uranus, which can make a person appear somewhat eccentric. Having Mercury in Cancer, he's actually very understanding and wise and can implement his ideas as well. Although he's brilliant, Elon Musk is not purely conceptual or rational and objective like Tesla, who had Mercury in Gemini. Elon Musk has Mercury in Cancer and has a wisdom element and looks at the feasibility of any project and can do something tangible with it. Neptune just went into Sagittarius when he was born, and this is a very philosophical age group. This happens once in 165 years. Abraham Lincoln, who gave freedom to all slaves, and Martin Luther King were both born with Neptune in Sagittarius. I call it the UFO generation. That's why Elon Musk's ventures into interplanetary travel are very natural for him, and he perfectly represents that entire age group. Elon Musk also has a Moon square Neptune. Actually, it's a T-square with Moon, Saturn, and Neptune. The Moon-Neptune square gives him empathy and compassion for the poor and the needy, and is very humanitarian. So the Moon-Saturn makes him emotionally tough and demanding, and Saturn's opposition to Neptune gives phobias and deep insecurities. However, whatever Neptune represents, Saturn makes it productive. So for example, many sitar players in India practice for years, then come on the stage after perfecting their art. In other words, Saturn opposed to Neptune makes one hone their talents, and the deep insecurities drive them to finish what they start. So it is perfect for accomplishment and creative things. Now, the Moon square Neptune indicates an emotional vulnerability. Once his emotions get involved, all his good sense and logic go out the window. But it's extremely humanitarian and he feels the need for the people, the poor, and the downtrodden. So it's a very humanitarian aspect to have the Moon-Neptune aspect. It gives an acute sensitivity to your environment as well as the needs of the people. The Moon-Saturn aspect makes him very single-minded and somewhat ruthless in accomplishing and doing something for them. He also has a grand trine with Venus, Mars, and Uranus in air signs. Venus in Gemini, just like Shakespeare, shows his need for intellectual stimulation and communication with his partners. Venus is in the 12th house of research, so instead of secret love affairs, as they used to describe in old-fashioned ancient astrology, Venus in the 12th is perfect for getting to the bottom of things. It's the love of secrets, the love of mysteries of life, and getting to the bottom of things. So excellent for research, but communication is very important for him regarding love relationships. Love is the area where he's more cerebral and rational. And what he loves most is research, even the divine laws. That's all part of that Venus in the 12th house. There's a wide Venus-Pluto square which shows the impossible type of relationships. Everyone born in the 70s has Neptune in Sagittarius. Here are the exact dates when Neptune was in Sagittarius. 5th January 1970 to May 1970, 7th November 1970 to 18th January 1984, 23rd June 1984 to 20th of November 1984. Everyone born during this period has Neptune in Sagittarius. The first psychic fairs were held in 1971 when Neptune was in Sagittarius. Unfortunately, it's more like a psychic zoo now, but the world mood represents that generation. Elon Musk's whole age group with Neptune in Sagittarius is very tolerant and open-minded to psychic phenomena, UFOs, etc. Now for the transits, that is what you can expect in the coming months. Elon Musk has Saturn moving up in his chart, which is excellent for public response. But Saturn is touching off his Mars. This is the major accident configuration, and he needs to pace himself. It points to legal hassles and being in his 8th house of other people's money. That's why there were so many problems with Twitter, and also the fact that he paid so much extra for it. That's all part of Saturn being in the 8th house. Ordinary people would go bankrupt and feel it more, but a few extra $1 billion hopefully offset the accident configuration in his case. The Saturn-Mars aspect is a hallmark of doing too many things, losing his temper, and often having heart problems if he doesn't pace himself. Firing the CEO and the CFO probably was a great outlet. The legal hassles are not finished yet. December 2022 is not very good for legal matters. Very similar timing to Donald Trump, actually. Elon Musk should try to bide his time and pace himself. With Mars in Aquarius, a Saturn-Mars transit can affect the spine, especially the neck area, and is one of the hard configurations, especially if the person is doing too many things and doesn't have physical outlets that are harmless. Saturn is a 29-year cycle, and this adverse Saturn-Mars aspect happens approximately every 7 years, and it finishes by the end of December 2022. I would postpone any space adventures or liftoff during this accident configuration, especially as it's in the sign of Aquarius, which is aviation and space travel. That's why I would bide time, not take any risks, and have some good outlet for anger and frustration. On the positive side, Jupiter sextiles his Mars on 8th April 2023. So from the end of March till the end of April 2023, this period is very lucky for his stock prices going up, taking bold steps, and is an actual windfall configuration. Now all his planets are moving up, and he'll become more and more involved with the public. In about 5 years, Saturn will reach the peak in his 10th house, which is great for recognition, and then 7 years after that, he can consolidate his position, and 2.5 years after that, he can retire and keep a low profile. So this was the chart of Elon Musk. We wish him the best, and I know that the humanity will gain a lot from his expertise. And it's interesting that having Asperger's actually helped him achieve a lot. Without astrology, it's very hard to understand the complex motivations and intent of someone like Elon Musk. We are glad that he's used all his qualities in a very positive way. We wish him all the success. This is Hassan Jaffer, wishing you all the best. Do subscribe to us and click the ring if you'd like to be notified.